Papasok kay Francel. Yung mga mahirap akin. Oh.
Yes, sir. Can we have your opening statement from the Chief of Staff?
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, our friends from the media, good morning. Today, the 4th of July, we had our first semester 2020, and then we also presented the way forward or the actions that we are going to take in order to address the various threats that our country is facing. Maganda naman po yung naging resulta ng ating first semester command conference. In attendance were the executive secretary E.S. Bersamin. We also had the special assistant to the president, Secretary Lagdameo. We also had, of course, the Secretary of National Defense, Secretary Teodoro, and the NSA, Secretary Anyo. Together with us today were the commanders of the major services, and the unified commands, together also with the major unit commanders of the Philippine Army, the Philippine Air Force, and the Philippine Navy. So yun po yung naganap ngayong araw na ito, and we were very happy that our Commander-in-Chief was able to attend this command conference and to give us his guidance so that as we move forward carrying out our tasks in the Armed Forces of the Philippines, we have very clear guidance. Alam na alam po namin yung stand ng ating Pangulo, ng ating Commander-in-Chief, and it is up to us on how to implement his guidance. Maraming salamat po. By the way, kung mapapansin po ninyo, suot na po namin yung ating bandila dito sa ating uniforme. Dati po hindi parte ng ating battle dress uniform yung bandila natin. We wear this only during balikatan exercises or when we go abroad, no, pag lumalabas po tayo ng bansa. But this time, as the Chief of Staff, I have authorized all members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines to wear our flag on our right arm, no? on our right arm for our battle dress uniform. This is to show the patriotism of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and this is also to align with the goals of Bagong Pilipinas. So yun po yung ginawa rin natin yung araw na ito, and we are requiring all members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines to wear the flag proudly on our right arm. No? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that opening statement. Now we'll start with the first questions from our Defense Press Corps and FOCAP. First questions will be from Annalise Soberan from Bombo Radio.
Good morning. Ann
Morning.
Soberano po, Bombo Radio. Sir, may itanong lang, ano po pa ang specific directives ni President Marcos sa inyo, sa AFP? At tanong ko din po, yung issue po sa pahayag ni Senator Amy Marcos na there are 25 places daw po na target ng hypersonic missile ng China. Sir, nakatanggap po ba ang AFP o ang intelligence community ng report about this? Thank you.
Thank you. Doon po sa pahayag ng ating Pangulo, first of all, he expressed his kasiyahan niya, no? Doon sa accomplishments ng Armed Forces of the Philippines for the first semester. Dahil po doon sa pinakita natin na accomplishments, halos lahat ng mga factors and indicators or measures of success natin against the communist terrorist group and the local terrorist group ay pababa lahat yung trend niya, no? So there is a downtrend in terms of the manpower, the number of firearms, the number of affected barangays, the number of guerrilla fronts, and so on of the communist terrorist group and also of the local terrorist groups. So ang pahayag po ng ating Pangulo is that ipagpatuloy po ng Armed Forces of the Philippines yung ginagawa nating kampanya. Particularly yung ating campaign plan na tinatawag natin na Pledge Pagkakaisa or our peace, law enforcement, development and development support campaign, no? Pagkakaisa. Maganda na yung formula natin, kaya't ipagpapatuloy po natin yung formula na yon. Kasi nakita nga naman natin that with the whole of government approach ay napaka-epektibo po ito dun sa pagbaba ng impluensya, lalong-lalo na po ng communist terrorist group. And in terms of territorial defense, we presented to the President our updated plan for our territorial defense Bantay Kalayaan. At natuwa naman po ang ating Pangulo dahil nakita niya na very holistic yung ating approach. Hindi lang po kasi tayo nakatingin sa labas ng ating bansa, pero nakatingin din po tayo sa loob. No? Meaning, when we talk about territorial defense, we are not just doing external defense, looking outward, but we are also looking inward and addressing the United Front works, no, ng ibang bansa no gustong impluwensyahan yung ating iba't ibang mga sektor ng society natin. As to the report that Senator Aimee mentioned about the 25 targets, alleged targets, wala pa ho kaming nakikita na report to this effect na merong 25 targets. So hindi po talaga ako makakapagbigay ng comment tungkol dito dahil ako po mismo hindi ko nakita yung sinasabing report na yan or even the locations of these 25 targets. No? So I'm
Okay.
sorry po.
Thank you very much, Annalie. Next question, to DCWB.
Sir, good morning. Sir, yung AFP makikipag-coordinate daw kay Senator Aimee Marcos regarding sa information na yon. May info na ba na na-obtain yung AFP? And if wala pa kayong natatanggap na verified information regarding that, can you consider it as pwede bang mag-cause ng panic, fear, yung statement na yun? How did you classify it? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, we will be of course coordinating not just with the good senator, pero sa lahat po ng may mga information na ganito, no? Dahil siyempre gusto po natin makita lahat po ng impormasyon nang sa gayon ay matugunan po natin itong mga ito, no? Meaning we will plan according to the information that we gather and also on the projected actions of perhaps other countries who would like to, let's say, influence or come into the country, no, or have adversarial intentions on the country. Dapat alam po natin lahat yan, mapag-aralan natin. So dito po sa information na ito, as I said, hindi pa ho namin nakita, but ang pakiusap lang po namin is that if possible, yung pang makita po natin yung tunay na sitwasyon natin, no? So, wag muna magpanik po yung ating mga kababayan dahil sa information na ito. We are still in the process of verifying this.
Sir, thank you very much. Next question by Joy Cantos.
Good morning, sir. With regards to the upcoming midterm election, sir, is there any effort to dismantle yung mga private armed groups, particularly in BRM region? And are you pursuing a peace covenant kasi sa mga conflict areas, sir?
Well, isa po dun sa ginagawa natin para sa darating na eleksyon, dahil po tayo ay we were deputized by the COMELEC. Tutulong po tayo sa kampanya natin na mapanatiling mapayapa at walang gulo po yung ating eleksyon. So we are doing everything. Kasama na rin po dyan yung pagbuwag natin ng mga private armed groups, no? Dahil nakita naman po natin na kapag walang mga private armed groups ay nagiging very peaceful, orderly yung election, yung halalan. Doon po sa experience po namin, for example, doon sa Marawi, nung ako po ay brigade commander noon, nung na-control po natin yung mga firearms, no? Yung pagdadala ng mga baril ng mga kandidato or kahit na hindi po mga kandidato, yung mga private armed groups or kahit na rin yung ibang mga hindi authorized na mga tao, ay nung kinontrol natin yung firearms, naging very peaceful and orderly yung elections.
Sir, follow-up lang po. How many areas were identified as areas of immediate concern po?
Well, sa ngayon wala pa kaming information. Magkakaroon po kami ng mga conferences with COMELEC, kasama natin yung Philippine National Police and of course the Armed Forces.
Thank you very much, Joy. Next question be by Karen Lema.
Sir, good morning.
Morning.
Karen Reuters. Sir, you were with the President. A few days ago, several days after the June 17 incident in the South China Sea, President Marcos told reporters that more needs to be done apart from just filing protests after what the militaries described as the most aggressive action by the China Coast Guard against the Navy. Did the President discuss this with the military? Did he give any elaboration or at least shed light on what he meant by doing more? Is the military involved in that? And sir, singit ko na rin, sorry, ahead of the July 8 2+2 meeting, do we expect the Philippines and Japan to sign the RAA?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for those questions. So, after the incident last July 17, yung nangyaring June 17, I'm sorry,